I'll set this one on a tee for you so you can swat it away. Can we expect Gabe Landeskog in the lineup tonight?
Yeah, there's a good chance that he's going to play tonight.
Good chance.
Okay, you heard it here. There's a good chance. Put that in quotation marks. For those of you writing this is from the Altitude 92.5 Coaches Radio Show. Make sure you reference what station you get it on.
Oh.
There's a good chance Gabriel Landeskog plays tonight. Coach, I can only imagine. What do you think the scene is going to feel and be like tonight, moments before that game?
Well, our fans have been awesome all year, so I expect it to be a really energized crowd, and we're excited to get back here and play in front of them. Like, we went on the road, played a couple good road games, got one, had a chance at two, and we feel like there's still some things that we can do much better than we did in the first two games, and so we're looking forward to tonight and challenging ourselves.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic atmosphere, Coach. What are those things that you want to kind of clean up a little bit if you can? Again, the puck bounces weird in postseason hockey. We know that. Goes off of guys, careens around. But specifically in terms of just focus and cleaning things up, what is it?
Well, I think we still have another level to our offense here. Like, I like their game. I like their competitiveness of our game, the intensity of it. But I think there's another step that we can take offensively. And I didn't think we did a great job of capitalizing on some of our chances in either of those games. Like, I thought the first game we missed the net a bunch of times from in tight and in good scoring positions. And in the second game, even early in the game, we had some really good looks with chances to go and stretch out our lead, and we didn't do that. We came out of that first period at 1-1, and I felt like we could have had a lead coming out of that, and we didn't sustain our game for through the full game in game two. Like, I thought third period, they kind of got the momentum, and it took us too long to get out of that. They get to equalize it, and we bounced back for the overtime. It was really fast overtime. The pace to that period was exceptional, and I mean, it's moving quickly, so you got to minimize some mistakes. But some of the puck management things in the neutral zone, I think we can clean up going into Game 3 here, and that will really help us.
Yeah, it just seems like Dallas threw everything at the front of the net when they got inside the offensive zone, and maybe you guys were a little bit more picky about the shot choices. That being said, I know you want to get Brock Nelson and his guys going. Not that they haven't been skating hard and working hard, but you want them to be more dangerous. How do you accomplish that going into a Game 3?
Well, I think it's probably looking at shaking up our lines going into tonight a little bit. Like, we've run a bunch of different combinations through the end of the year. Some of it forced with injury, some of it just experimentation. And I think that, that we might be looking for a shakeup here and trying to find some chemistry and mix things up a little bit, because I think everyone's playing hard. But I do think, like I said before, there's another step to our offense here, and we need all four lines going, so we'll see what it looks like tonight.
One of the questions heading into this is funny. We were talking about a year ago, everybody was having goaltending questions heading in the postseason. Mackenzie Blackwood has not had a playoff game before. Now he's got two. What's your assessment?
I thought he was excellent in both games. Yeah, I really did. Like, he there's every shot feels like it's a super dangerous shot right now because the guys are competing so hard on the defensive side of things. So when there is a breakdown or someone makes a play and, the nerves are up, emotions are up, like, there's a lot. And with Dallas, the way they attack the net front, out of the corners, down low, and then throw pucks to the net through traffic, I feel like the saves become more difficult this time of year. But I thought he was outstanding, gave us a chance to win both games. And, so, like, I just think, like, he's one of the guys that's, like, really on it here early on in the playoffs, and it's great to see.
Coach, I'm glad you brought up the emotional element, because when it's playoff time, you don't really have to hype up your players. It's the playoffs. Do you have to sometimes go the other way? Do you have to, hey, calm down, chill out, just relax? How many times do you have to do that on the bench?
Well, in the game one, not that much, a couple times. I think game two, like, when they started to push in the third period, we were kind of saying, like, listen, guys, nothing's really changed. They're coming hard. That's fine. But it's still the same forecheck you saw for the last 5 periods, right? And then all of a sudden we just stopped skating and making plays out of our zone, and like maybe just a little nervous with the puck, trying to be too safe, and we were just throwing it back to them in the neutral zone. So they were playing on our half of the rink for the bulk of the third period, and we tried to calm them down. It wasn't working. We had some guys that were still willing to skate and make plays, and other guys just seemed like they were a little bit uptight with it. So we got it back in the overtime and then started to play our game again and created a couple of really good looks that could have won us the hockey game. So we just have to make sure that we're aware of that we keep bringing attention to it. But it certainly happens every once in a while in the playoffs there, Vic.
Very emotional game, Coach, postseason hockey period. So how do you calm, I guess, the angst and anger, or do you want to just unleash that as much as possible? Because things have gotten physical, things have gotten chippy, guys have fallen down on the opposition, I'll just say that. But how do you handle that with your guys in real game time situation?
Yeah, I really think that the guys kind of do that a little bit on their own. I think that we want to unleash that as much as possible. This is the time of the year where the passion, the emotion, the intensity of it, that's what wins you hockey games, right? Everyone's dialed into the structure of their play and the way they want to play, and the focus and preparation is all there. So I think that added emotion, that want, will, desire, whatever you want to call it, that's what wins you the hockey games this time of year. And then it's just a matter of capitalizing on the opportunities that you get. And I think we're in a good spot coming home. We're certainly excited to come back and play in front of our fans here tonight.
I'm not going to name any names, but if somebody grabs another player's stick, jumps in the air, and falls down, is that something that you send to people up top in the NHL to take a look at video-wise to try and get rectified?
They are, you bring it to the attention. I think they're aware of all that stuff. They're analyzing the game as much as we are. There's a supervisor in the building every night, and an extra ref, and then they're talking and having their meetings before and after the game, especially this time of the year.
Coach, let's go back to Gabe for a second. When you opened up, for those who missed it, Coach says that a good chance Gabriel Landeskog plays tonight. Can you just run us through the proceedings that occurred before Game 2? A lot of people, again, I wasn't privy. I didn't have the sound up, so he opened up the pregame skate and then did not play. What happened there?
Yeah, Gabe wanted to get in the room, and he wanted to go through the routine, and he wanted to experience that and be in the room to help the guys, and obviously the respect that he has, we wanted him in there as well. So he's been getting close to being ready to play here, and I think it's just another voice, another leader, a guy that watched Game 1 from the press box, had good insight, and he wanted to get in that routine of getting ready to play, and just one more step for him in his quest to return.
Is he nervous?
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Yeah, I think that's normal. I think everyone's nervous. I think it's good. Nerves are good going into the game. It means you care, right? So I think our whole team is not nerve. There should be a quiet confidence about your group, but I do think the nerves are part of it. That tells me that you're ready to go. I think coaches, players, everyone. I think if you're not a little bit nervous and on edge going into these games, then it probably doesn't mean enough to you. But you should be confident in what you do and what we do. And I think our guys are in that spot.
I talked to Kiefer a little bit earlier. His heart's beating pretty hard. He's got a defibrillator on standby, breathing into a bag. I think my heart's beating like a baby rabbit right about now, so I'm trying to contain myself. Coach, how much do you find out about guys, even in the first period of Game 1 of a playoff game? Maybe the guys that you haven't coached in the postseason before, but you see they're compete, they're this, they're that. How much do you learn about guys on a game-by-game, heck, even by a shift-by-shift basis?
Well, I think you learn a lot, because it's there has to be another level to your game. And you'll see flashes of it and periods of it and games of it and even stretches of it during the regular season. But this is the time where you get paid to perform, right? Like this is the most important time of the year, and every shift, every period matters. So can you take that intensity to another level? Can you take, every play could be the difference of the hockey game, and there has to be another step to your game, and it is driven by the emotion, right? And that physicality, intensity, and the emotion and passion for the game will help you get to another level. And I think it's you would learn a lot. This is the most important time of the year to watch these guys. And I liked what I saw in the first two games. I think we got to a high level of play, and it was, like I said, fast paced, intense, physical, and we're right there, and we could have won two games. So and we still have that room for improvement. So I'm looking forward to seeing what our guys got here tonight in front of our home crowd.
One other thing I was just thinking about with you saying there's a good chance Gabe goes tonight. You obviously have some sort of expectation, or else you wouldn't put him on the ice if you don't know exactly what kind of hockey player he's going to be after almost 3 years. But what is the overall expectation you have? I can't imagine it would be fair to have the same expectation from the last game that he played at in the Stanley Cup Finals. So what is it?
Yeah, that I think that's fair. I think we have to watch and see. Nobody really knows. I like what I'm seeing in the practices. I like what I'm seeing in his preparation. He feels good. So we got to get him out on the ice and find out. That's the only way that you can do it. The practices are one thing, but this is a whole nother level. Like I said, even from regular season to these games we just played in Dallas, the pace, the intensity, physicality, all of it, the motion is all up. And, I trust in Gabe's preparation and his focus and what he's going to bring to the table, and he'll be a smart player. And, we'll just see, exactly where his game comes in, and, we'll deploy him appropriately.
What is your message to your shot takers? Are you happy with the amount of shots, the quality of shots? What do you have going into Game 3?
I thought we did a really nice job in the first period of Game 2. I thought we did a really good job in Game 1 of getting to the interior of the ice. You're just not going to score on Ottinger from the perimeter most times unless you have screens, deflections, rebounds, that kind of thing, and getting those. So, but there was parts of Game 2 that we didn't get to the interior of the ice enough, with and without the puck, to create havoc in front of them. And that's where I think their game got better from Game 1, and could be the difference in the hockey game, right? So we focus on that with our video sessions, talking about a few things about how to get in there and some of the plays that we can make and some of the things that we can do to just make it more difficult on Dallas as a team in the interior of the ice. And, so there's room for improvement for sure.
7:30 tonight. Can you hear it right here, Altitude Sports Radio 92.5, Game 3, Avs and Stars. Coach, always appreciate the time. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, fellas. Thank you.
Head coach of the Avs, Jared Bednar. How about that? I think we got an answer. We got
breaking news on this show.
I feel like news on this show.
We got breaking news.
I just feel like I'm going to puke.
I know. Oh, I'm so excited.
Vic, you look so calm. Look at you sitting there with your stupid teeth in your mouth.
Terry!
I feel like I'm going to get sick.
Terry and I, we're going to be there. We're going to come up to your little box, and we're going to soothe you pregame.
Yes.
I need to be
I
soothed.
cannot wait. My hands are sweaty.
Dude, mine too.
I cannot
really
wait for that pregame tonight when he hits the high with the flowing hair. When the hair flows.
So it's looking good, is what you're saying. It's looking. That's what he said, right? I'm trying to comprehend what he said.
There's a good chance, Mose, which is
He's
code
playing.
for he's in tonight.
He's playing.
Good chance is code. Did you hear how he said it?
Hey, Moshe,
What
what do you want? What? I'm going to bring you a tin of Copenhagen, and I'm going to let you spit in my cup.
Okay, that'll help. Thank you.
Hey, in the middle of that, obviously, Gabe, huge news, right? He also said he's shuffling lines.
Yes.
He's trying to make different things happen. Now, what that is, who knows? But obviously, I think things would have to be shuffled a little bit with Gabe coming in.
I'll say this. With the way 25 played Game 2,
oh, my God.
Actually, the first two games,
he has been an animal.
Well, I'm sorry about the numbers. Logan O'Connor,
yes.
You could put him anywhere on the planet right now.
You know what I love about
you
him?
Just said? You brought up a good point, Kaner, when you asked him that question. 25 is a playoff riser.
Yes.
Right? You got playoff risers. He's
Yep.
one of them.
Logan,
He is one of them.
Well,
His game really shines this time of year.
When you watch what Logan does, like, I think we can all agree, Logan is not, from a purely hockey skill perspective, the most talented hockey player in the world. But he gets everything out of his talent, right? The amount of times, Moj, like, obviously the goal was great in game 2, was amazing. A little backhand flipper, right? There was 2 other plays where it's sort of dump and chase that it looks like anybody else wouldn't have beat the guy to the puck. He beats him to the puck, wins the puck battle, sets somebody up in front for a shot. The amount of times he does that kind of stuff is remarkable.
Talking about
it's invaluable, actually.
Talking about it with Riker in game 2. You need everybody to be a Labrador, right? You need them to go retrieve those pucks. And Logan O'Connor does it well. Val Nichushkin does it well. You're right.
Moj.
Just the fact that but Vic, just the fact that you win that puck battle,
Yeah.
your team's changing, guys come into the zone, you come out of the pile with the puck, and you generate another opportunity to cycle and so on. I mean, these are just little plays that matter during the course of a game and of a series.